Hi, I'm Athena StarSeed, and this is a series called Raising Reverence, and I'm talking about divine partnership. This is part 2. Earlier today, I was at the Mystic Crystal Art Gallery, and that's 1704 Lincoln Boulevard, and I'm there channeling every Thursday, and people can book readings. But earlier today, I was really thinking about the divine partnership. I've been thinking about it all week. And earlier in part 1, I channeled about divine partnership in business and how you can align yourself with business partners that are in harmony with your life contract and your life purpose. And by clearing out all of your stuff inside of here, going through the different chakras, addressing what issues you need to work on to upgrade, then what happens is those divine partnerships start coming in. And I'll just give 2 brief examples before I go into the sacred love partnership. So I basically have been fasting and detoxing and exercising and then doing hot and cold plunges in the pool off and on for probably the past, oh my gosh, at least 6 to 8 months. So I usually do it in cycles so that my body can build the immune system. I'll go into a fast, not just with food, but I'll also go into a talking fast. And that's always beautiful, because when you stop talking, you start listening. You can start hearing the sounds of the universe. And you can start hearing the sounds of the trees and the birds and the angels of the air and the angels of the blades of grass and the angels in the trees. And so it's always good to do that. And any of you starseeds out there struggling with abundance, these are the things that we need to do to upgrade and get our instruments, our holy temples, in tune. So I have had about 3 really powerful divine business relationships come in. And I just want to share that, because once I figured out, like, okay, what do I really want to say? Who am I? Why am I here? What am I doing? And how can I contribute my art, my talent, my gifts to the world? And so I just started writing all those things down on a piece of paper, and I wrote down that I have divine partnerships in business, people that are supportive of who I am and my art and can actually see me and appreciate me. And you too. I want you to do that. If you haven't done it already, sit down, get a piece of paper, and think about all the positive qualities in yourself and what you want to attract in a business partner. Because if you can be that, then that energy goes out into that infinity loop, and then it also comes back, and then you get to see that relationship. So I just want to say, one of the first beautiful divine relationships that came in was Kim Hix, who is my co-host of the radio show Heaven on Earth. And Kim is amazing. And I've always been looking for a beautiful, divine, masculine partner to play with. You know what I'm saying? Because once you remember who you are, you're like, oh, it's about being a little child. It's about playing, getting our talents out and our gifts out, and playing and finding other people to play with. So Kim Hix is one of the most fun playmates that I have. So we have this show on CRN Talk Radio. It's called Heaven on Earth. And we get to find all these cosmic playmates and highlight their art, their gifts, their talent, their platforms, their mission, their messages. And Kim is fascinating because he is probably one of the most poetic and one of the most beautiful souls I think I've ever met. He actually knew from the first wave, because he was actually coming right off of the 60s. So he can contextualize the entire narrative of the white light movement about people waking up and how important art is and how important music is and how important community is and how important it is for the divine masculine to just envelop the divine feminine and hold space for her so that she can be creative and flourish like a little butterfly. So that was like my first amazing divine partnership that I pulled in. One of the second amazing divine partnerships just happened today with a gorgeous friend of mine, And he's got this gorgeous company, and it's about I'm not going to tell you too much because it's not really out yet. We're just in the seeding of the company. But we had a business meeting today, and he wanted to hire me to do some business strategy. And the alignment really is to be able to have a company to, when people purchase things, to actually gift things at the same time. So not only is the person that makes the purchase win because they have the thing that they bought, but then we gift an exact replica to a stranger that's homeless, that's in need on the street. And so your buying power becomes your generosity power. And so I actually get to do some business strategy for this amazing company. Okay, I'll just tell you the name. They're called Reverence. You're going to hear more about this later because I'm certainly going to talk about it. And there are some really powerful men that are his brothers that are getting behind him with this amazing company. And they're going to put this platform forward. And what I was talking to him about was, this is sacred capitalism. And this is exactly what most women really want. They want to know that the companies where they buy things are contributing and taking care of their environments and their communities locally, as opposed to X, Y, and Z of what's been happening in the past. So this is creating jobs, it's creating opportunity, it's creating community, it's creating sacred gifting, it's gamifying shopping, and it's beautiful. And this is another effect that has been created from the cause of being in harmony with the self. And the other sacred partnership that I pulled in was another gorgeous male. His name is Levi Chen, and he plays the Asian harp. And it's this gorgeous harp and the electric guitar. And it is, I don't want to cuss, but it is bad. It's bad. It's bad in a good way. It's so hot. So he wears this gorgeous black outfit like Neo from the Matrix, and he's Asian with this long hair, so he looks like this cool rocker. And he does these epic sound baths at the end of our Sunday service, which is called Mystic Sunday Morning Messages, where I get to channel, I get to do my thing and be me and read people live and help the community move forward and just give them these positive messages that I get from my star brothers and sisters and the presence of now. And now I'm like having like 3 amazing relationships with 3 really powerful, incredible, spiritually driven, on purpose, in their divine masculine men. And so it's super exciting. And on top of that, I just have to back up a little bit because I let one relationship go and all these relationships came in. And so ladies, sometimes we have to let go of what we're used to and empty our hands and then open them up again for the universe to fill up. So we close them, we receive, and we empty our hands. And we open them, we close them, we receive, and we turn it over and we empty our hands. And knowing that the universe, when you have an empty hand, will always be willing to fill it in. And I also want to give a shout out to my best friend, Corey Keisler, our conscious cosmic composer who's in Florida right now at the Love Burn in Miami. We love you, Corey. So, and here's another beautiful male who plays cosmic starlight piano that I've gotten to book concerts with and do concerts with. And I started actually, really, I have to say, he might have actually been the primary who ushered in all these beautiful men into my life. This beautiful space is the Sound Palace Temple. And this is where I live. And this was generated out of our best friendship, Corey and I, where we decided to take a single family home and turn it into a community event space, which you guys can do too. You know what I'm saying? Get a group of really cool, high-minded friends, find a house that you love, rent the house, and then be able to have poetry readings and music nights and full moons and new moons and sacred ceremonies and sound baths. We had a sound bath in the pool, Corey and I, and it was so much fun. So the money's starting to flow. The money's starting to flow. I'm in tune, and now the men, these beautiful men that I'm partnering with, are coming in tune. So I just want to say I am super grateful. I have 4 beautiful men in my life, and they are supporting not just myself, but just the energy of creativity for the divine feminine. and they're also super, super profound and respectful of the divine feminine, honoring and loving and cherishing. So great job, men. Now, let's talk a little bit about the sacred partnership in love. In love, 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 love. So we have several different things. We have partners that we, soul partners, where we're actually working out the wounds with each other. So we will, if we have a wound, that little signal goes out like a frequency, and it attracts a parallel partner with a similar wound. And then those two wounds activate each other to come up for clearing. So you want to come up for clearing. I pictured this like a battery, and the battery has a charge in it. And what happens is God wants us to release all of the charges, like little landmines. Let them out, let them out, let them out, let them come up, let them come out. Witness them, feel them, thank them, love them, and release them. Release them to your guides, to your angels, to God, to Christ, to Buddha, to Allah, to Krishna. Release them to the universe, to Creator, to Mother, Father, God. Release them. And that soul partner, it's the purpose of that relationship is to be able to have two conscious beings in relationship, loving each other, and passing those through those initiation gates and being able to help their partner through those landmines of those wounds. And if they can hold space, the wounds turn into wisdom. So typically, if you had a very tumultuous relationship, or you've had a lot of triggers going off, or a lot of pain body coming up, it's all good. It's all good. It's all God. You just have to keep moving through it. You know, somebody once said, if you're going through hell, keep going until you get out. And the way to get out is to feel the feelings and then administer the love. First, the love unconditionally for yourself, and then the unconditional love for your partner. So once we go through a lot of those soulmate relationships where those wounds start getting really worked out, that's when the body starts really getting into harmony to attract that twin flame. Now, the twin flame